I think you guys all know what time it is. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you know, pump it up. You've got to pump it up. Don't you? Dun, 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 dun. Because look at the XRP price right now. And I know it's not going in double digits in the plus. It's not going crazy, but it is going pretty crazy against Bitcoin and the rest of the top 10. And so all I was thinking was,
hey, that's pretty good.
And so for anybody that doesn't really get it, Bitcoin keeps going down pretty hard, our trades keeps doing better and better, while the XRP price keeps going up. And yesterday even, XRP, now I'm gonna say earlier this morning, XRP was up like 7% almost, while Bitcoin was down 3.5% or so. That's a pretty big difference, guys. That's a double-digit difference. And I must say, it is again quite ironical that this happens the day after I make a video explaining why I'm buying a ton. I know we don't have any power to pump the markets whatsoever. All I'm saying is it's a pretty funny coincidence. And now hopefully you are seeing what I'm seeing right here. We have yet again hit 1,000 likes on this video. All I can ask from you guys is make sure you press that like button again, because I'm having some very good days. I'm going to quickly say one more thing. Right now is the most important time ever to have your YouTube notification bell on and to join my Telegram and maybe even follow me over on Twitter. Please understand I'm saying this for you. The moment there's some sort of settlement or some sort of info right now in this lawsuit that I get a wind of, I'm gonna go live as soon as possible. It doesn't matter if I'm in the bathtub completely naked or if I'm on some skyscraper drunk off my rockers, even though I don't drink. I'll be going live that second. All I'm saying is make sure you have the notification bell on, because right now we have a couple more days until something might happen. It might not, but better be safe than sorry. As I've said before, I buy more crypto every single day, but yesterday was a bigger day where I put $90,000 in my account to buy a couple different altcoins. We ended up buying XDC, QNT, and XRP. And that was pretty nice because even though Bitcoin seems to have fallen down and has found itself a new slight trading range, XRP on a similar chart is still on the up and up. Again, it is forming a double top here at the 200 weekly moving average at roughly 50 cents. And what we're seeing here pretty much is increasing buys, right? We're seeing that the lows keep getting higher and higher while the tops stay relatively flat. Or you could even extrapolate to say that the tops are also increasing as of this point. Anyway, we know where the major resistance lies, right? At roughly 50 cents, or at least a little bit within this zone, slightly below it. And so yes, guys, we are on the verge of a massive XRP breakout. I want to quickly point out exactly why though. Guys, we only have about 3 more days to this alleged end of the Ripple versus SEC lawsuit. And even if it does not end, of which the probability is relatively high, this is what many people are anticipating. Now, I've seen many in the XRP community state that this is insiders who are buying it massively now. I'm not here to advocate that. I'm not here to say that that's the case. All I'm saying is there are many people who are anticipating that this lawsuit is going to end this week or next week. And from that perspective, to kind of be before the massive gains, they're trying to buy it right now. Because funny enough, XRP still is extremely cheap for how far along in the lawsuit it is. And by the way, in terms of the XRP price versus Bitcoin, one peculiar level that we've seen many times was the 1500 Satoshi mark. You can see, if you take a look at XRP's history here, it's bounced off of that level so ridiculously many times throughout history again. And what seems to have happened throughout the last year or so is we had ourselves a rejection at the weekly moving average, the 200 weekly moving average. After obviously trading at this level for a little while already, having ourselves a breakout, retesting, falling back down, finding some support, breaking off, before getting shut down yet again earlier this month. And this was obviously because Bitcoin was in a very positive moment where it was taking a lot of dominance back from all the altcoins. And right now, after forming another low at 1337, nice little trolley number for all of you that do know, it's decided to pick up the pace again. And again, as I've stated before as well, I still believe that XRP is relatively undervalued quite significantly, especially against Ethereum, but also against Bitcoin. And that is again, looking how it's performed over the past couple of years, especially how it performed just before the lawsuit. Here is a look on XRP versus Ethereum. You can just see how ridiculously low that price is right now. Again, on the short term, it's gaining ever so slightly over the past 2 weeks, but there's still massive amounts of gains to come. And if we again take a look back at Bitcoin yet again, even if you compare it to where we were last year, it's just wild how low XRP is right now versus Bitcoin. And so it's not so crazy that XRP is finding a lot of momentum on its own right now while a lot of other coins aren't. I'm gonna say ever so quickly as well, if you're still looking for a platform to trade on, I have a link down below to Bybit. It's the exchange that I personally use to trade, and you can get upwards of $30,000 worth of deposit bonuses for just signing up with the link down below. But hey, make sure you just check it out. In the past, we have stated how long positions could be used in time periods where the end is nigh, or rather, if we actually place long positions down with some conditional buys, we could still actually generate a ton of profit. And let me explain to you guys a little bit of how that would work. So simply put, a conditional buy, what they basically would allow us to do is only buy after a certain price has been hit. Following their own words, a conditional order is activated only when the trigger price is reached. You can use conditional orders for take profit, stop loss, and breakout trading purposes. And the last one, the latter here, is what exactly we could be going for. What it basically means is, let's say we set a trigger price of about $1 or so, or 80 cents per XRP, 75 cents, etc. It would basically only start to trigger it the moment that we've hit that price. And so how you can trade a breakout that way is, let's say for example, if we've reached a double top here for XRP at roughly 50 cents. Now, the moment that we break out is gonna all of a sudden go towards, let's say, 59 cents and all the way up, 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 up. If we put our trigger at 59 cents, for example, we can potentially still get all those gains from 59 to whatever, 65 cents, for example, because we expected the major resistance to be there. Now, with this lawsuit breakout, it could be that we put our trigger at 80 cents, because the moment that that gets hit, it's gonna probably keep continuing on to go to $4. Who knows, right? And so the reason I'm just explaining this to y'all is because I've explained it to y'all like a year or two ago already, and I think this knowledge might have been lost due to time. But that honestly is one of the main things you can do over on Bybit, which makes it so juicy. And that's why I'm saying check it out. There are a lot of cool things you can do. Over the past 24 hours, something interesting has happened as well, though. XRP has actually been dethroned from the #1 altcoin rank, even though in the top of the top here, right? It's still actually one of the absolute best performers throughout the week here with plus 25%. But apparently Trader Joe has taken over as they're up 17% throughout the day. Another coin that's up like crazy is Caspa. Seen a lot of people talk about it. I don't know exactly what it does, but it's interesting to watch. And hey, another coin that I do hold but actually have forgotten about completely is up 200% today. That's pretty cool. And last but not least, I'll state this. Even though XRP is in a pretty good position right now, I will warn you for some of the turmoil of the Binance lawsuit. I've stated in my video yesterday that I still trust Binance, and that's still the case. I still believe they're liquid. I still believe they have all the funds from all the people. All they've just done is let US people trade, basically. And that's what they're most likely being fined for and most likely have to pay people back for. And that's the caveat, the have to pay people back for. What I'm not entirely sure about is exactly what the CFTC is going to say here. Are they going to fine Binance in excess of whatever the people had lost, so basically what the real damages were? Are people going to really get that money back, or is it going to the CFTC? And by the way, it does not make it more coincidental that people call me a puppet vouching for Binance. And yesterday I'm saying, no, guys, come on. I'm not being paid by Binance. And then exactly the same day that this happens, he decides to retweet whatever I'm stating. So it's kind of coincidental that that happens on the day where he's being, accused, etc. It's kind of a coincidence, but they've responded. They've given a pretty good explanation. And there's a couple main points, which are he has some accounts over on Binance to use the card for, and then also he has to trade sometimes to, properly use that card. They have some nice and juicy no trade and no insider information trading rules. And they've also gone through some proper KYC/AML procedures to make sure that US people cannot be trading on there. And they even go as far as to state that they don't know any other company that's doing it better than Binance themselves, while also stating that they've been working with the CFTC for a couple years in the midst. And all I can say about this is, again, be careful for the repercussions, but I stay trusting in that sense of, I don't think Binance is going down in any way, shape, or form. They've not been doing finances as shady as FTX. And you might say, but how do you know that? Well, mostly from the way in which they've been investing and how much they're market leader. You have to understand just how much money they have made. They've got some good balance sheets right there. And I think also mostly because the Binance Smart Chain and the way in which they've built that for themselves, it's just hard for Binance to completely be dragged down. Even if the SEC comes after them hard, even if any other party comes after them hard, what I'm thinking of is, what exactly will they have to pay, but I'm not too worried they won't be able to pay it or that Binance will have to shut down or anything like that. A couple of guys have pointed out that it's all controlled by China. I mean, the guy's been a citizen in Canada for, I don't know, like 3 decades. Then again, it's also got some other Chinese co-founders. And sure, you can state that they are maybe under some supervision by some Chinese party. That I cannot deny, I don't know. But honestly, you can keep thinking about exactly who has control, who's watching. But you probably have some app on your phone where they're doing exactly that too. So all I'm saying is just think about where the money is, think about how to make the most proper choices to better your own financial situation, and at the same time protect your data as properly as possible with reasonable terms. That's also why I always have a link to NordVPN down below. I think it is right there. Not because it makes money. Trust me, guys, the NordVPN thing has probably made me a couple $100 in the years that I've had it there. The only reason I keep it there is because you gotta think about the internet safety and get yourself a VPN. That's all. If you go to NordVPN and buy it for yourself without using the affiliate link, be my guest. The same thing goes for Ledger. It's been there for so long. It's made a couple $100. Please just get yourself into these safe positions. It's just juicy stuff to do. Anyway, check those out. Links are down below. Be prepared for whatever's happening next. And later today, I'll explain a little bit more about what's happening in the banking system in the background while you're sleeping, because all eyes are tuned on a couple specific things, but right now the dollar is in a really bad situation. I'll explain everything, however, in a video later today. And all I'm saying is make sure you press that like button if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe if you'd like to see more updates. But most importantly, make sure you turn that notification bell on, because what if a settlement happens tomorrow? What if? You want to make sure that because I'm going to go live the moment that it happens, right? You want to make sure you have your notification bell on in case that happens. And that's about it.